So one aspect of my work is concerned with the notion of uncertainty. This crisis has put us in front of a massive amount of uncertainty. I would say another aspect of my work has to do with intimacy, and this crisis has, for some families, recreated or undone the conditions for intimacy. I think that the coronavirus crisis creates unprecedented conditions, for example, of familial proximity that the home is not always equipped to deal with. It erases the conditions for men and women to have separate paths during the day, which is normally how most families are conducted. That is, men and women do not stay in the same place all the time. So it really asks a question that I have never asked, I was never compelled to ask, which is the role of space in constituting or undoing intimacy. So it really shows the impact of big macro social forces on intimacy and domesticity. And one may even ask questions about the role of the home really in identity. And maybe the third aspect has to do with the importance of leisure and the leisure sphere in our identity. Given that the leisure sphere has practically disappeared, this crisis is a wonderful opportunity to ask the role that leisure plays in our social relationships. You know, I don't have a crystal ball, to my regret. It would have been very useful if I had one. I think it will all depend on how the economy will recover and how justly the burden of the recovery is going to be distributed. So it could well be that everything goes back more or less to normal with a vaccine. And it could also be that there is a lot of unrest and a lot of disquiet, especially if the burden of the recovery is not distributed fairly. And if people have the perception that Wall Street and many big corporations manage to get most of the help, but not ordinary people. So what I do hope to come out of this crisis is a massive rethinking of the role of the welfare state, which has been very much neglected in the last 30 years. And that economists rethink seriously the role of the state, especially since it is quite possible that with the ecological crisis, the state will be called on managing more and more crises. What we've seen during this crisis is the enormous importance of experts, virologists, epidemiologists, and doctors. I think that never before have doctors and virologists become really celebrities. And so science has really become extremely salient in our consciousness, and it has shown how crucial it is, in fact, to the well-being of the planet. So what I very much hope is for scientists to retain their credibility, because there are many places in the world and many groups in the world who doubt the power of science. But also, when some people are talking about erecting new boundaries, I very much hope that science will show that with boundaries we will not get anywhere, and that we really need very strong international collaborative frameworks in order to keep our world intact.